I know in my vortex I have put my empire there. I go through too much contrast for it not to be there. I've had glimpses.
That's a clever way of putting it, isn't it?
I've had glimpses. I know my company's motto. That came to me one day. What process can I do to realize more? Because I'm starting to think the reason why I got the motto was to move forward with it.
Well, that motto was an inspiration. In other words, that was you being up to speed with what you're wanting and translating a vibration into something that was meaningful. But there's something really good that we want to chew on with you here. And that is, so you get what he's talking about. He knows the process. He's lived the contrast. He knows he's created a vibrational reality. And now he's eager for the manifestation of it to begin happening. But the thing that happens over the years as we've been visiting with so many of you, wanting you to find that sweet spot where you are visualizing what you want, but not visualizing what you want to the point that you notice that you don't have what you want. In other words, it's finding that place. And so recently, as we've begun really emphasizing the path of least resistance and talking to you about turning the thoughts to things, we want you to feel the not just value or importance, but the satisfaction of being in that comfortable feeling place of expectation. So just before you, and it was really a wonderful precursor to this conversation as we were visiting with our friend, as we were wanting to emphasize with him that there is a point in time to begin specifically visualizing. And you say it all the time, and we really want to say it right now. Timing is everything. So if you get more specific than your vibrational frequency allows you to be a good translator, then your specifics beat up on you. They backfire. So it's about being sensitive. In other words, those feelings of deja vu, that means you're in that sweet spot and you're actually retrieving information before it's even, as the manifestation actually happens, you recognize that you've been there already. Well, hear how good that is to have been there already, to have been there already. Talk about expectation being in the right place. Talk about belief or knowing being in the right place. And so really what we're wanting to say to you in response to this really important question is, we talked some time ago about scripting, about actually telling a story the way you want it to be. But there is a trying too hard factor that many people began. In other words, you're going to really like this, stay with us, it's going to make perfect sense. It was like trying to use the script to make it happen rather than receiving the script because it had already happened. Can you feel the difference? So if your intent is vibration, 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 happy, 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 path of least resistance, path of least resistance, feeling as good as I can, feeling as good as I can, feeling as good as I can. When that's what you're going for, not making it happen, letting it happen, because you understand the laws of the universe, and as you said, I've lived so much contrast, I know my vortex is full. There's no question that it is full, but how do I get it out of the vortex and into the bank? How do I turn those thoughts to those things? So this conversation is about recognizing by the way you feel that you're in that sweet spot, and then not making it happen, allowing it to happen. Don't make the images come to mind, let the images come to mind. Don't write the script, receive the script. Any of you who have been in a creative process like art or music, or Esther as she's writing books, knows what that feels like when you sit and try to write it, as compared when you sit and it writes itself through you. So all of you are in this kind of creative process where you're wanting to allow it to, in other words, oh, here, we can give you the words really, really well. Receptive mode. Receptive mode. The creative mode is the receptive mode at this point in your game. The creative process is 3 steps. You want it, you sift through all the stuff, you put it in the vortex is there, your source is tending to it, it's coming into vibrational fruition. But to be in the receptive mode means to be in that place where the idea occurs to you. And that's the part that you're reaching for now. Not getting all the way over here, just relishing in being in that place where the ideas are occurring to you, where the emotion is occurring to you, where you're knowing it. That sweet spot. Let's call it the sweet spot of the receptive mode. You say, ooh. And then as it happens, you know that feeling when you say, oh, I just got the best idea. Well, think about it. I just received the best idea. I was in the receptive mode. I was tuned in, tapped in, turned on. I was up to speed. The idea was already done. You've had enough deja vu to know that. The idea had already come to fullness. Now it's a matter of you getting to be in on the translation of it. You all think that you want, someone to create a wonderful reality and to give it to you, and when that happens, you'll be blessed. Admit it, isn't that sort of the way most humans are looking at things? Someone has evaluated me and seen me as worthy, and they have created something good for me, and they will give it to me when I'm worthy. And we say, it's not like that, it's not like that, it's not like that. It's that it does exist, it has been created. But you don't want someone else to do all the bringing of it together, and then boom, there it is. You want to be in on the ideas. You want to mold the clay. You want to feel the idea moving around in your mind. You want to experience the birth of that idea and that one and that one. You want to be in on every single part of it, because fruition and manifestation and demonstration, all of that is the delicious nature of this physical reality that you came to live in. You see, you didn't just come to prove your worthiness. Oh, I've come to prove my worthiness. You came to incrementally choose it and align with it and feel it and know it and revel in it and feel worthy of it, and then to receive this impulse and this impulse and this impulse, so that when the full manifestation of it comes, you're sitting right inside of this incredible whatever it is, and you're feeling all the deja vu-ness of all of it. In other words, oh man, I was in it, I was in it, I was in it. Everything about this is my creation. I am the creator of this, not just the blessed receiver of this. Feel the difference? Can you feel the difference? You knew that when you were kids. You wanted to do it yourself. Esther, the thing that she is most aware of these days with her little kids, she wants them to have the experience of the creation of it. And it's so hard. She just has to kind of sort of sit on her hands sometimes to keep from getting too involved in what they are creating, because she wants them to feel the ownership of what they're doing with all of this. So she's looking for opportunities to point out, well, I remember when you were talking about that, and I remember you talking about that, and look what you're doing here. Look how this is coming together for you. I remember you talking about that and thinking about that, and I remember. In other words, she's wanting them to make the association between what they've been doing and how they've been feeling and what's coming to them. And Esther could sort of, in a sense, wave a magic wand and get out her credit card and make almost all their dreams come true today. And she really wants to do that too. But she wants more than anything for them to make that association between what they're doing vibrationally and what's coming. And she wants them to enjoy that process of things coming from thought. And you know you own the things because you owned the thought, because you received the thought, because you right place, right timed, right vibed the thought. Helpful?